I'm Alan Kenny, and I'm in Dallas for NAREIT's REIT World. I'm joined by Dan Hansen, Chairman, President, and CEO of Summit Hotel Properties. So Dan, how would you describe competition in the acquisitions market right now, and I guess what kind of properties are most attractive to Summit?
The environment's been very challenging, not that it's ever easy, but with financing, CMBS financing available, it's created a lot of interest, and we've been very successful finding some off-market transactions, working directly with owners, and that's still allowed us the ability to close what we hope is nearly $600 million of acquisitions this year.
And are you feeling the impact of new supply in any geographic markets?
We are. I think most of the supply is concentrated in some areas that are fairly well known. Markets like Austin, Texas, or Nashville. Those markets have somewhat defied gravity, so to speak, as a dearth of new supply has come online, and much of that has been absorbed. But absent those two and maybe a couple other smaller markets, we're in an environment where there's about 2% supply growth kind of nationwide.
Longer term, do you see any trends there?
I think longer term, it actually bodes well for the lodging industry. The costs for construction, whether it's raw materials or labor, continue to rise. We've had the unfortunate catastrophes with the hurricanes in both Texas and Florida, and so we think there's at minimum a short-term a glut or lack of workers and labor and supplies, and that may extend into next year. So longer term, we think that those dynamics make the supply be less of a factor.
In terms of just running your average hotel, what do you see changing the most in the coming years?
Well, I think technology clearly is something that we're seeing in all industries, not just lodging, but as it pertains to our industry, mobile check-in, I think, is becoming more popular. Mobile key access to your room is becoming more popular. You can actually choose rooms in some hotels online. We haven't got to the point where we have robots vacuuming rooms, but I think at some point those technology advances will make the operations and the experience much more efficient. And then, the functionality of hotels and guest preference to that functionality continue to change. The fitness centers have become more important as opposed to spas. Grab and go and a light menu offering has become more important than the full bar and restaurant. And so we think that as an industry, that delivery of that higher quality experience is starting to permeate through select service hotels all the way up to the new modern full service.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Dan.
Thank you.
For more real estate news and analysis, be sure to visit NAREIT's website, REIT.com.